You owe yourself those early mornings when the alarm goes off and your body screams stay in bed. You owe yourself those heavy sets when your muscles shake and your mind tells you to quit. You owe yourself that version of you that refuses to back down. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for motivation. Nobody's coming to save you. The gym doesn't care how you feel. The weights don't care about your excuses. Results don't care about comfort. You owe it to yourself to walk into that gym and demand more from your body. You owe it to yourself to shut out the noise, to silence the doubt, to prove to yourself that you're capable of more than anyone imagined. 2026 is the year of accountability, the year of discipline, the year of hunger. No more wasted days, no more half effort. Every rep, every set, every drop of sweat, it all adds up. This is your time, this is your fight, this is your year. Stop waiting, the time is now. Every year people say, next year will be my year. I'll start tomorrow. I'll begin when I feel ready. And yet, tomorrow never comes. The truth is, if you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll be stuck in the same place, with the same body, the same excuses, the same regrets. The perfect time doesn't exist. The only time you have is now. Think about how many chances you've already wasted because you waited for motivation to magically show up. You've told yourself, I'll go to the gym when I have more energy. You've said, I'll eat clean when life gets less stressful. You've promised, I'll start when things settle down. But here's the truth, life never settles down, stress never disappears, motivation is never permanent. You don't owe it to anyone else, you owe it to you to stop waiting. The clock is ticking. Every day you skip is one less day of progress, one less rep toward your goal, one less chance to become who you're meant to be. The weights will always be there, but your time won't. 2026 isn't a rehearsal, it's the real thing. The moment you stop waiting is the moment your life changes. The second you decide that now is the time to move, to grind, to push forward, you take back control. Waiting hands your power over to excuses. Acting, no matter how small, gives you momentum. Imagine walking into the gym when you don't feel like it. Imagine pushing through that first set when your mind is screaming, quit. That's where transformation begins. Not when it's easy, not when it's convenient, but when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when everything in you wants to wait, and instead you move. That's where champions are built. Stop telling yourself you'll start on Monday. Stop convincing yourself you need a New Year's resolution, a perfect meal plan, or the right workout clothes. You don't need perfect. You need consistent. You don't need later. You need now. There are people who started months ago, years ago, and they're already reaping the rewards. Why not you? Why not today? Why not 2026? Every minute wasted is another chance gone. And deep down, you know you're capable of more. You've always known. That's why you're here, listening to this, searching for that spark. Here's your spark. You owe it to yourself to stop waiting, not for applause, not for permission, not for anyone else's validation. You owe it to the person you see in the mirror every morning, the one who knows they can be stronger, the one who knows they can be sharper, the one who knows they've been holding back. So no more waiting. Get up, move, go to the gym, push that weight, break that sweat, earn that progress. You don't need the perfect plan. You need the courage to begin. The hunger to stay, the discipline to finish. 2026 is not going to hand you results. You have to claim them. You have to fight for them. You have to stop waiting and start doing. Because in the end, excuses won't lift the weight for you. Excuses won't build the body you dream of. Excuses won't create the life you want. Action will. Discipline will. Hunger will. Hunger over comfort, the biggest enemy standing between you and your goals, isn't the weights. It isn't the lack of time. It isn't even the doubters. It's comfort. Comfort is the silent killer of progress. Comfort whispers in your ear, rest a little longer, skip the gym today, eat whatever you want, you can always start tomorrow. Comfort convinces you that average is enough, that good enough will get the job done. But hunger is the fire that burns all of that down. You have two choices every single day: feed your comfort or feed your hunger. Comfort gives you instant pleasure but leaves you with long-term regret. Hunger forces you to sacrifice now, but it rewards you with strength, discipline, and results that last a lifetime. Comfort keeps you weak. Hunger makes you unstoppable. When you step into the gym, hunger is what drives you to push that bar when your muscles are screaming. Hunger is what tells you one more rep, one more set, one more mile. Hunger doesn't negotiate. Hunger doesn't care about excuses. Hunger doesn't stop when it's tired. It stops when the work is done. Look at your life right now. How many times have you chosen comfort over hunger? How many times have you hit snooze instead of lacing up your shoes? How many times have you settled for excuses instead of pushing past them? Every time you chose comfort, you stole from yourself. You stole progress. You stole growth. You stole the future version of you who could have been stronger, faster, sharper. But here's the truth. It's not too late. 2026 is your reset button. This is your chance to flip the switch and live hungry. Comfort will always be there, tempting you, but so will hunger, and hunger will always win if you let it. When you're hungry, you don't wait for perfect conditions. You don't care if the gym is crowded. You don't care if you're sore. You don't care if you're tired. You show up because hunger demands it. Hunger pushes you out of bed before the sun rises. Hunger keeps you grinding when everyone else is relaxing. Hunger is why champions succeed while others quit. And let's be real, comfort feels good in the moment, but it always leaves you empty. Skipping the gym gives you a few hours of rest, but what does it give you tomorrow? Regret. Settling for comfort food gives you satisfaction for a few minutes, but what does it give you next week? Guilt. Choosing the easy way out always costs more in the long run, but hunger pays you back. Hunger pays you with strength when you look in the mirror and see muscles that weren't there before. Hunger pays you with confidence when you walk into a room knowing you've earned your body. Hunger pays you with discipline when life throws challenges your way and you don't break, you rise. So ask yourself, what are you feeding, comfort or hunger? Every choice you make in 2026 answers that question. Every rep, every set, every meal, every early morning, every late night. Are you choosing the temporary comfort of excuses or the long-term reward of hunger? You owe it to yourself to be hungry. You owe it to yourself to reject the lies of comfort. You owe it to yourself to chase the body, the strength, the mindset that only hunger can give you. Comfort is cheap. Hunger is expensive. Comfort is average. Hunger is greatness. Comfort is quitting. Hunger is winning. So this year, stop feeding your comfort. Feed your hunger. Because in 2026, comfort won't get you anywhere, but hunger will take you everywhere. Discipline over motivation. Everybody talks about motivation like it's the magic ingredient. They say, I'll go to the gym when I feel motivated. I'll work hard when I feel inspired. But let me tell you the truth. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation fades. Motivation disappears when the alarm clock rings at 5 a.m. Motivation is nowhere to be found when your muscles ache, when you're tired from work, when life feels heavy. Motivation is weak. Discipline is different. Discipline shows up when you don't want to. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel, it demands action. Discipline is the reason you get results long after motivation has left the room. Discipline builds the body, the mindset, the life you want. If you're relying on motivation, you'll always quit, because there will be days when you don't feel like moving, days when the fire isn't burning, days when life crushes your spirit. And if you wait for motivation on those days, you'll stay stuck. But discipline says, it doesn't matter how I feel, I committed, so I'll do it anyway. That's the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. Think about it like this. Motivation is like a spark. It burns bright for a moment, but it fades quickly. Discipline is the firewood. It's steady. It's strong. It keeps the flame alive even when the spark is gone. Motivation might get you started, but only discipline keeps you going. Every time you walk into the gym, it's not because you feel like it, it's because you've built the habit. Discipline tells you, this is who I am, this is what I do. Motivation might push you to lift once. Discipline makes you lift every day, every week, every month. Motivation might get you through the first rep. Discipline pushes you through the last rep. Look around at the people who succeed, not just in the gym, but in life. Do you think they're motivated every single day? No, they're disciplined. They've trained their minds to show up no matter what. Rain or shine, tired or energized, motivated or drained, they do the work. That's why they win. In 2026, you can't afford to wait for motivation. You can't afford to let feelings control your grind. You owe it to yourself to build discipline. Discipline is a muscle, just like your body. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first time you drag yourself to the gym when you don't want to, that's a rep for discipline. The second time you skip the junk food and choose clean fuel, that's another rep. Every choice builds discipline, and discipline builds champions. Here's the hard truth: you won't always feel like it. You won't always want to wake up early, to hit the weights, to push past the pain. But those are the moments that matter the most, because if you only train when you feel like it, you'll never get anywhere. But if you train when you don't feel like it, that's when you become unstoppable. Discipline doesn't care about feelings. Discipline doesn't care about excuses. Discipline doesn't care if it's raining, if you're tired, if you're stressed. Discipline only cares about results. So ask yourself, do you want to live by your feelings, or do you want to live by your commitments? Because feelings are temporary, discipline lasts forever. 2026 is not about chasing motivation. It's about mastering discipline, because when you have discipline, you don't need to rely on motivation. You show up, you grind, you push through. And in the end, discipline will give you the body, the strength, and the life that motivation never could. Sacrifice today to win tomorrow if you want greatness. If you want to transform your body and your life in 2026, you've got to understand one word: sacrifice. Nothing worth having comes without it. The body you dream about, the strength you admire, the success you crave, it all demands sacrifice. Sacrifice means giving up what's easy for what's necessary. It means trading short-term comfort for long-term growth. It means saying no when everybody else is saying yes. While your friends are sleeping in, you're grinding. While they're partying, you're training. While they're spending their money on things that won't matter, you're investing in your health, your progress, your future. The question is simple. Are you willing to sacrifice today for the person you want to become tomorrow? Because tomorrow's results are built on today's choices. Every rep, every meal, every late night, every early morning, it's all an investment. Sacrifice is the price of greatness, and if you're not willing to pay it, don't expect the rewards. Most people want the reward without the sacrifice. They want the muscle without the grind. They want the strength without the sweat. They want the results without the discipline, but life doesn't work that way. The gym doesn't work that way. The weights don't lie. You can't cheat the process. You can't fake the grind. You get what you earn, and you only earn what you're willing to sacrifice for. Sacrifice means missing out on some things now, but gaining everything later. It means choosing pain today so you can have pride tomorrow. It means enduring discomfort in the moment so you can stand tall in the future. The sacrifices you make in 2026 will define the person you become by the end of it. Think about it. Every time you choose the gym over laziness, that's a sacrifice. Every time you eat clean when it would be easier to grab fast food, that's a sacrifice. Every time you push through the burn instead of quitting, that's a sacrifice. These small sacrifices add up. Day after day, choice after choice, they stack into progress, and one day you'll look in the mirror and realize it was all worth it. The truth is, sacrifice hurts. It's not supposed to be easy. Giving up comfort feels painful. Saying no feels isolating, but that pain is temporary. The pride that comes from sacrifice, that's forever. Nobody remembers the nights they spent scrolling on their phone. Nobody remembers the meals of junk food that felt good for 5 minutes, but you'll remember the discipline, you'll remember the grind. You'll remember the results that came from every sacrifice you made. Sacrifice isn't about losing, it's about choosing. You're not giving things up for nothing, you're trading them for something better. You're giving up weakness for strength. You're giving up excuses for results. You're giving up short-term comfort for long-term greatness. That's not a loss. That's the smartest investment you'll ever make. And here's the beautiful thing. The more you sacrifice, the stronger you become. The stronger your body gets, the stronger your mind gets. Sacrifice teaches resilience. Sacrifice builds character. Sacrifice transforms you into someone who doesn't just want success, but someone who earns it. So, in 2026, ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice your comfort, your excuses, your bad habits? Because if you are, then nothing can stop you. Remember this. Sacrifice is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. If you want to cross that bridge, you can't carry your excuses, you can't carry your comfort, you can't carry your laziness. You've got to let go of what holds you back and grab hold of what pushes you forward. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps burning. You see, in 2026, if you're relying only on motivation, you'll fail. Why? Because motivation fades, motivation comes and goes. Some days you'll wake up excited, ready to crush the gym, but other days you'll wake up tired, drained, and the last thing you'll want to do is train. That's when discipline takes over. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's showing up when you're exhausted. It's pushing through when your body is screaming to quit. It's making the choice to be consistent, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. Think about it. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you moving. Anybody can be motivated for a week. Anybody can push hard for a month, but only those with discipline will push through for an entire year, through every season, through every setback, through every challenge. Discipline separates the dreamers from the achievers. Discipline means routine. Discipline means structure. It means you don't negotiate with your goals. You don't ask yourself, do I feel like going to the gym today? You just go. You don't ask, do I feel like eating clean today? You just eat clean. Discipline removes feelings from the equation. It's about commitment, not convenience. The problem is, most people quit because they mistake a lack of motivation for a lack of ability. They think, I don't feel motivated today, maybe this isn't for me. Wrong. That's the test. That's when the real growth happens. When you train without motivation, when you work when you don't feel like it. That's when you're building a foundation that can't be broken. Discipline is your greatest weapon against excuses. Excuses are easy. Excuses are comfortable. Excuses whisper, take a day off, you deserve it. But discipline screams louder, get up. You owe this to yourself. And the more disciplined you become, the less power excuses have over you. Look at the greatest athletes, the strongest bodybuilders, the most successful people in any field. Do you think they're motivated every day? No. They're disciplined every day. They know that the body doesn't transform overnight, and success doesn't happen by accident. It happens through consistency, and consistency only comes through discipline. In 2026, if you want to transform, you've got to build discipline like a muscle. Start small, set routines, commit to your plan. Train your mind as hard as you train your body. Every time you push yourself when you don't want to, you strengthen your discipline, and that discipline will carry you further than any motivational video, any speech, any temporary spark ever could. Discipline also builds trust with yourself. When you say you're going to do something, and you actually follow through, you prove to yourself that you're reliable. You prove to yourself that you can count on you. That's powerful, because once you trust yourself, once you know you'll keep your own promises, nothing can stop you. Here's the truth. Motivation may get you to the gym, but discipline is what keeps you there. Motivation may get you started on your meal plan, but discipline is what keeps you eating clean when nobody's watching. Motivation may light the fire, but discipline is what keeps it burning through the darkest nights. So, in 2026, don't chase motivation. Build discipline. Don't rely on feelings. Rely on consistency. Don't wait for the spark. Be the fire. Because discipline is the key to unlocking everything you want. You owe it to you at the end of the day. 2026 isn't about luck. It isn't about shortcuts. And it isn't about waiting for someone to hand you the life you want. It's about ownership. It's about looking in the mirror and realizing that the only person responsible for your results is you. You owe it to yourself to show up. You owe it to yourself to stop quitting. You owe it to yourself to build the body, the mind, and the life you dream of. No more excuses, no more waiting, no more blaming circumstances, people, or the past. This is your year. This is your time. When it gets hard, remind yourself, I owe this to me. When you feel like quitting, remind yourself, I can't stop because I promised myself more. And when you finally succeed, when you finally win, you'll know it wasn't luck. It was discipline, it was sacrifice, it was consistency. 2026 is the year you stop talking and start proving, the year you stop waiting and start working, the year you rise above comfort, excuses, and fear. The year you prove to yourself that you are unstoppable. Remember this, nobody else is coming to save you. Nobody else is going to do the work for you. It's on you, and that's the best part. Because when you win, it'll be your victory, your glory, your reward. You owe it to you, and in 2026, you're going to collect everything you've worked for. No shortcuts, no excuses, just results.